What's up, Knights? Xantos here, and in recent updates to our game, two of my most recent video builds that I've focused have had hero perks changed or buffs that were implemented reverted. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at how these combos are working in an updated state, and how we're able to fuse the two combos into a working HP killer in Arena. In our video today, we'll be using our Minion build at 294% boost to minion attack damage. Our gauntlet of choice will be the Valiant for its warrior speed and hammer damage boost. We run the hammer with 100% protect on chain start with a good chain damage boost as well. Our heroes of choice will be Krita for her ability to expose the field as well as giving us full rage in 4 actions. And we'll be pairing her with Grizz for his rage that's strong versus expose, as well as its ability to ignore armor. And though we're not running boosted hunters, he still does work. The primary minion that this build focuses is Skald Earlson, and his attack that goes straight to a knight's HP. And in these initial examples, I'll be bringing along a young level 55 Fenfolk archer, so we can have a secondary minion going straight for direct HP if we need him. Now, jumping into our first fight here with Miss Americana. We start our combo off with the 100% chance to protect on chain start, giving us 35% boosted defenses. Skald hits the minion on the right for a fat 131k, and Fenfolk takes out the remaining HP on the vampire on the left. Now, this build focuses a turn 2 kill on our end. Once the knight finishes her 4 actions here, we hop to it, taking out the remaining health on the beast minion and jabbing the knight once before launching Krita's base to give us full rage and expose the field. Following up with Grizz's rage, we hit the exposed knight for 73k damage. And the final touch, Skald hits for a massive 177k, taking out the knight for a turn 2 victory on our end. In total, we had Grizz rage hit for 73,206 direct health damage, along with Skald hitting for 177,647 damage, giving us a total of 250,853 damage sent direct to the knight on turn 2. Now, I've seen some massive HP stats as of late in Knighthood. It seems like a lot of people are really tweaking their defenses quite a bit in order to combat the ever-changing metas. I've undoubtedly seen knights go as high as 300k, and because of this, I've begun to focus this build even further. That's why we have a young Fenfolk in training here in these videos as well. A big focus with my builds is that they are in fact side builds, and their potential can be even further unlocked with the right amount of grinding and persistence. This knight here takes a big 88k from Grizz, tanks the 177k from Skald, so we finish with the 67k from Fenfolk. In total, we end up dealing 333,910 damage on turn 2 for the W. Now, this is a build that I like to use in wars as well, especially in high threat situations. A quick kill is very important, and as you can see here, even at 24 times threat, it's able to perform exactly as we need it to, as long as the opponent's knight's weapons aren't attuned to the minions you'll be using. First, to start out with the setup, there are some core elements as a high-end minion build that really make it the best PvP build in Knighthood, even after the semi-nerf of removing Pentatonic's outlaw minion buff with the last update. The 4 core elements are minion attack charm percentage, critical minion boost, weapon strategy, and setup minion alignment. And Erin is a cherry on top if you have her at max stars, but this isn't something that I've been lucky enough to unlock yet. Knowing Atlantica is on the horizon and that the overall level of knights and heroes will soon be rising, this build is still up for heavy changes. However, I still wanted to show its potential so that others know it's a viable arena option at our current cap. This is an advanced PvP side build and takes time, so it's not advisable to pursue until your main build is complete. However, I'm still very excited to see where this build goes in the future, and with even stronger minions leveled up from Arena. I honestly have my fingers crossed for some game-breaking minion that could potentially make this build even more meta than its current state. With the new region, we currently have more questions than answers, so I'm trying to have an open mind as to where we'll see things go in the near future. Now, as you can see in the background here, we took a heavy hit from the Fortified Knight in Wars. Still, placing our faith in the minion build, we know we can achieve the turn 2 dub. Following the combo as we have before, we're able to put the finishing touches on a tower takedown in Wars. Now, I consider my minion build to be working, but not perfect by any means. However, I know a guy. We have the pleasure of welcoming Benjin to the channel now. With Benjin, you can see that he has 4 gold and 16 purple normal minion attack charms, totaling in 504% minion attack charm increase. This is one of the highest in game, but normally you'd want at least 438% to make this build usable in Arena. This clears a defender with 177k health, or 5 health charms, and it makes it a killer in Guild Wars. Diving into our first fight here with Ben, we get to have a look at what Scald's powers look like at 504% with a 60% boosted chance to crit. And as you can see, he hits for a destructive 363k after only the first 2 actions. Unlike my build, Ben is focusing a turn 1 kill in Wars with the utmost efficiency. His weapon design makes it so that he can kill almost all minions in 2 attacks. His minion on the right deals with the remaining minion in a single attack, and his Scald goes for the kill shot before the opponent even has a chance to move. A note on the minion boost: with all wars, including the last one, minion boosts have been persistent in Guild War battles. Unlike in the arena, where there's a finite number of fights that the boost lasts for before you have to reboost, in Guild Wars the counter never seems to decrease. This is something that was addressed by Madoki in the AMA video as not functioning as it was meant to, so if you're planning on running this build in the future, then start harvesting outlaw minion food ASAP from Pentatonics and Ulfred Hunts, so you'll have enough for Wars. Last is setup and alignment. You always want Scald on your left for 2 main reasons. First, you need to allow the Siren or whatever preferred minion you're using to take out the second minion after you chop down the first with your weapon. This clears the way for a direct shot from Scald on the knight before the defender gets a single action. Second, the PvP script dictates that Scald will auto crit on the left on turn 1 with either the 60% or 40% critical minion boost. Last comment here is that Ben has a max star Aaron, which only adds to the devastation, making his final number damage above 360k, which is virtually impossible to stop. Other than max Aaron, there's really no other hero requirements, but we see Beyani a lot to help get the expose if the fight goes to turn 2, or Dakio to strip any protect buffs. Now we're going to be switching back to Arena here, where you see Ben cleaning up without a crit boost because he can still deliver 199k damage without needing the boost. In Arena, you definitely need a turn 2 kill strategy because using the minion crit boost is just not sustainable, so consider hero selection here along with getting the harder hitting minions to max level to align with the weekly minion bonus points. I thought it was really cool to see that this combo works all the way up to the Paragon League as well. It definitely requires a lot of time and dedication to get it to the point that you're seeing here, but nevertheless it's unbelievably impressive to see. All of the knights in these fights are dedicated players too. Now, the fastest path to getting to this build is running normal Rift over and over. There's an abundance of minion attack charms in normal Rift over expert, so if you're looking at making this build but wondering how we got all the charms to do it, the answer is definitely normal Rift. Keep an eye on the arena shop each week as well. I know a lot of players might pass up this charm, but this video is proof of its abundant capabilities. Now I want to give a big thank you to Benjin for helping me out with today's video. Not only has he helped by sending us this amazing footage, he's also helped in the writing of the script for this video. This has been one of my most time-consuming elements of content creation, so to have someone else helping me today has been unbelievably appreciated. Not only this, as hard as it is for Xantos to admit, I've been struggling with my own demons quite a bit as of late. I've been personally frustrated with many things, and Ben has definitely helped provide a clarity in order to bring you guys more content and help get old Xantos back on track. So thank you again, my friend. Who's excited? We have Atlantica on our front doorstep as well, Knights. I know I'm extremely excited to see what new lands hold, and I wanted this video to serve as a bit of a reminder that I'm still here rocking with the game and very excited to dive into the new lands with all of you. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Big thank you again to Benjin. Much love, Knights, and as always, stay grinding.